What up, everybody? Welcome back to the basics. So, I don't know why I just looked that way, but I just looked over there. Jonathan Henderson.
Trey Kirkland.
From my barn in Blue Ridge, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Super excited for you guys to be jumping on. Hopefully, we're going to bring some value, some good content. Today, I guess if we're going to get our feet wet, Trey, we might as well go ahead and do it. We're going to go with some what you would consider controversial type topics. But within our belief system, we just believe that there's a right and there's a wrong. People that would probably consider to be gray are actually probably more wrong than right, in my opinion. But we're going to talk about some topics today that we believe are really, truly right, but the world sees them as being wrong or being as,
Ooh, that's biblical too, isn't it? Did Jesus say that? He said something about when right's considered wrong and wrong considered right. That's when we know it's getting close into times. And as we go through this, Hindu can tell you, I grew up more like a liberal type mind, I guess you'd say, Democratic mind. I mean, I've always been an independent type of voter and stuff, and thinker, but just some things have been exposed to me really the past 4 years. It's I don't know if anybody's heard of have you heard of the Blexic organization?
Oh yeah,
and,
for sure.
Have some good friends that reached out, some entrepreneur friends that's in that, and opened to my mind and eyes to a lot of stuff. And we say I've learned from a mentor that the worst thing about an open mind is that you learn something new. And so, for me personally, I said that's the way I look at everything. I try not to close my mind. And a lot of stuff we see happen in the world today, it's gonna be hard to see if people truly can come together, because and I'm talking about left side and right side. A lot of people just want to listen to respond on their feelings instead of listening to learn why that person feels that way. And so
I'm good with that. I really am. Now, like you said, you came from more of a liberal or a Democratic background. I've got that within my family, but at the same time, I've only once in my life voted straight party ticket Republican, just once. As a matter of fact, there's been over 50% of my voting record has nothing to do with Republican, and I've never once voted Democratic. I believe there was a couple of times when, like, John McCain was running, that there was going to be no way that I was going to vote for that rhino. That just wasn't going to happen. And so I voted Constitutional Party is where I voted. But let's look at the world. So, like, you've seen the video. I've seen the video. We've all seen the video where the lady pulls up to Starbucks.
Oh yeah,
and the guy won't give her drink because she doesn't have a mask, but yet he wants to pass her a mask so that way he can hand her the latte. Let's say it again. He wants to pass her a mask so she can put the mask on,
which he's already touched with his hand.
Yeah. Instead of just handing her the latte. Clown world, bro.
Yes.
Clown world. Another thing that I saw.
And this is why we're talking about getting back to the basics, because we're seeing the world getting like the hypocrisy and
it's
silliness.
Stupid. It's stupid. It's like you're not using any common sense. It's kind of like boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Watch Kindergarten Cop. Remember the little girl said that?
That's where I got it from.
That little boy says
that.
The
little boy is like, girls have a vagina, boys have a penis.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that simple. But now we've got, some big, huge mammoth ogre trying to act like a woman so that way he could go dunk on some chicks and win a trophy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Did I send you that picture, or did you just see it just on your own? The guy plays college basketball. He's about our age, in his 40s.
Oh, yeah, you sent that
6'8",
one to me.
6'8".
You sent that one to me.
6'8", and he's playing against these college girls, a small college, and going to the locker room with them and things too. And is that you probably?
No, this is a different one.
No, that's a different one.
That completely different. We've got the phone systems.
Let me find this one too for you.
Yeah, like See those pictures? Now, the first one says, saying you're not attracted to trans people is transphobic. The second one says, because there's no way of telling who's trans or not without them telling you that they're trans. You probably had many crushes on trans people without knowing it. Nah, brah. Nah. It ain't happening. Like, just that clown world. We got to get back to the basics. And I'm not saying that you've got to believe the way that I believe, because, like, my belief system is all about being open. Like, you get to believe whatever you want to believe, and I'm good with that. But at the same time, quit trying to push all of this bull crap on me and my kids. Like, our country is up a creek without a paddle because of people like that.
Well, it's just,
show the picture.
and what's so crazy is to me is that, okay, you say we have to come together, that you want us to be open-minded and tolerate, but you don't tolerate my beliefs.
You don't want to do it.
Like, I shouldn't be forced, my beliefs shouldn't be forced by your beliefs. Yeah, on you by your beliefs. My tax dollars should be paid for it. And so this is the basketball player. You can see 6'8", 44 years old. Look at that. In the locker room with these girls. And I mean, you can look it up, and it's just crazy, insane. And, you know, here's one of the multiple pictures that him do. I mean,
and if you're just solely on the podcast right now and you can't see the pictures that we're pointing out, because we do, the vlog is on YouTube, but most of the people right now starting out, you're going to be listening to us on podcasts. So you didn't get to see the dudes that I was talking about that were trans, that were clearly dudes.
But you can find us on YouTube. So if you do have YouTube, this is Extreme YouTube Back to the Basics podcast. Look that up and you'll see it there. But and then also, I don't want to say Google, because I don't like using that word, because they're kind of they're silencing people and stuff too. First Amendment out the door, right? And so, but DuckDuckGo or whatever, search transgender playing college basketball, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And you know, I just think of this, like, I have boys, and I can imagine if I had girls, and the women's rights, like, women fought too much to get rights, to be able to have men to come in and say, oh, just because I decide I feel like I'm a man, or I feel like that's what I mean, a woman, then
your feelings does not. Rights. Here we go. Your feelings does not dictate reality.
Correct. Perfect.
Reality is reality. Reality is not a figment of your imagination. You know what's reality? Reality. Reality is reality. And for people to go, oh, well, I feel like X, Y, and Z. I feel like a unicorn. I identify as a monkey. I identify as a kitty cat. You're crazy. Like, we're glorifying what used to make somebody or qualify somebody as being mentally unstable,
if I
clinically insane.
If you came to me and you says, Trey, I want to cut my hand off, I would get you medical help, right?
Yeah.
And I want to cut, dude, you can't do that.
You can't cut your hand off.
Now you can say, they're trying to say with this new bill we're going to get into, a boy can cut his penis off. You're going to say it, right? And that's okay. Like, that's not certified crazy. We're not going to. It's cool. We can do that.
No, you can cut it. What?
Like you see what I'm saying? Like, if he came to me and said, Trey, I want to cut my hand off, I would, dude, no, that's not. You
come on, you gotta go get some help, man.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's just crazy. And then we want to bring biblical stuff into it, and we're not coming as bigots and hate or anything like that. We're just using common sense. And so I hear a lot of people will say, well, Jesus, he wouldn't be this way. He hung out. He didn't hang out with these people to become these people. He hung out with people that needed changing to change them. I think people get that. It's not that, see, people confuse liberalism and progressive, which is at times a good thing, confused with, what's the word I'm looking for here?
You got about 7 seconds.
Insanity.
Insanity. That's good.
Well, we're going
to come back, and we got some word for you. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. Here's a word from one of our sponsors.
Hey, Hindu, you're a busy entrepreneur.
Super busy.
Constantly, I was just talking to your aunt too, and she said that, y'all live beside each other, building a house up here, and she was like, she knows in the daytime that you're gone. If she has somebody to hang out with, like, you're gone, and she's like, with you being gone like that, time is money, right?
Absolutely.
And cleanliness is close to godliness, right?
Absolutely.
So, for me, I know keeping a house clean and organized is a hard thing to do. And I want to just give a shout out to Best Little Housekeepers in the upstate. I've been serving upstate for 30 years now. They clean your home. They below, basically, if you go out there and check, most house cleaning services charge $25 at the low end, up to $50 on the high end per hour per cleaner. Well, they go $5 below the lowest. And so just telling you, it's a great service to reach out to. And if it's something you want to get that house clean, I don't know. Like I said, you've been an entrepreneur. How do you like coming home to a nice clean house?
I value my time. And so I learned from a mentor a long time ago, many years ago, that I've got to delegate where my time is best served. So yeah, I do like to clean my own house, but could I be out making more money while somebody else cleans my house that would provide a better lifestyle, a lifestyle that I'm actually looking for to be able to create? Is that where my time is best served? And so for me, we choose Little Best Housekeepers.
And so it's, like I said, it's they've done a lot of stuff, service for the upstate of South Carolina for 30 years now. Cleaning for a Reason is where they go and they help cancer patients clean their homes too, and just a great company to reach out to if you want to get your cleaning needs done. And so you can reach out to Best Little Housekeepers at 864-494-7912 or find them on Facebook at Best Little Housekeepers in Town. So, Hindu, before our break, we're talking about, looking at God's word compared to the confusion going on in the world now with, men thinking they're women, women thinking they're men, and just more than that, just straight confusion going out the world. And I see you got your Bible here, and going to get you kind of pour into the fans out there, to the listeners out there.
Yeah, I'm just going to start with Proverbs chapter 4. I go to the Word. That's my go-to blueprint. That doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be yours, but what I will tell you is that if you read a lot of personal growth books, like Trey and I, we're both personal growth and development junkies. Everything that is out on the marketplace right now comes straight out of the Bible, 100%. And so I'm not opposed to going other places. As a matter of fact, every day I tend to read something different. I tend to listen to something, and I actually go to the Word. So I'm doing it from a multitude of different areas. The reason why I'm coming to you guys from this today is because that's the basic of the foundation of what Back to the Basics is all about. I believe that, if we're going to get back, it's going to take people like me and you, entrepreneurs like me and you, people that are going to have to give more than they're ever going to get.
Law of sacrifice. To
be able to make a change in the area that we're living in, the world that we're living in. So,
and to step up and not be afraid to say what needs to be said. And, very biblically too is the fact that, who's going to be prosecuted more? The person that's going to tell the truth. The person that speaks the truth is going to be prosecuted more. And so super excited to hear the word and the truth right now.
Proverbs 4, I'll be reading from the Passion Translation, beginning with verse 1. Listen to my correction, my sons, for I speak to you as your father. Let discernment enter your heart, and you will grow wise with the understanding I impart. My revelation truth is a gift to you, so remain faithful to my instruction. Now, we could go on and on and on. We could pull, several different verses that are similar to that right there. But we live in a world that doesn't want to be rebuked, that doesn't want to be corrected, that everybody wants to say, oh, it's okay. Whichever way the wind blows, if you want to go kill babies, you go kill babies. If you want to, have sex with a 2-year-old little girl, go have sex with a 2-year-old. My body, my choice, but not that 2-year-olds. Now, that 2-year-olds, we're going to put them in a sex trafficking ring, and we're going to pass them around to about 45 different pedophiles today, and it's going to be awesome because the 45th one, he's going to be excited as the first one because it's a 2-year-old. Step up. We got to stop this bullcrap, and it starts with us. And you're like, how did a business leadership development podcast / vlog go to transgender and sex trafficking? It's because it's the root of the problem. Quit hiding from the problem. It's up to me and you. It's up to us to be able to step up and be able to make a difference. There's a bill out. Talk about that bill that you were talking about.
And when I talk, we're going to bring up the equality bill, which it sounds great, and that's something that's good that the far left is good at doing, is trying to make something sound great so they can gaslight. If you want to go read the book 1984 or Animal Farm, those books will let you know the times we're living in now. But they set it up so good to make it sound like such a good thing. So if anybody says anything negative against it, it makes them look like the bigot, the racist, or whatever, right? Or the bad person. And so, and here's what I want to bring up too before I talk about the bill. This is an agenda that's been happening for a while. Across the board. I'm not talking about any conspiracy theories, and sometimes I think, are those more real than the fake news anyway, right? And so, but like Black Lives Matter, this last year they earned over $90 million. Okay, so give it to them for being able to raise that kind of money. It's awesome. Well, where did that money go? Did it go to the black community? Did it go to the and I can't remember the numbers now. I posted something. There's a movie out. I'll look it up in a second too about Chicago, the deaths there, and the amount of the Black Americans that were killed there, and so.
You mean Chirac?
Yeah. No, it just released a documentary. It's something in Chicago. Yeah, I'll find it in a second.
Chirac. There's more people killed in Chicago than Iraq.
Yeah. Okay, Chirac.
Come on.
Yes, exactly. That's what. Yes, it's insane. And so, where in that video and part of that documentary, a young 10-year-old boy is crying, and he says, "At night I have to sleep on my bed because I'm worried about gunshots flying through because there's been kids that's been killed that way, just sleeping in their bed at home." And so, my point about this is that if you really look at the foundation, see, like for example, Black Lives Matter. If you say that's a bad thing, you think, oh man, the racist bigot. No, Black Lives Matter. I love the statement because that's true. All lives matter. But if look at the organization, Black Lives, BLM Inc., that's what I'm not down with. You can look it up on their site itself. They're actually, the main people run it is a lesbian couple, and they're totally against the traditional family where there's a mom and a dad, which if you look across the board, most successful people in this world, and I'm talking about all races, are people that come from a traditional home. They had a mother and a father in the home. And it's like unbelievable numbers. You can look it up. And so where did that 90 million go?
Okay, let's pause. Let's pause here real quick. Okay, because we got another minute before we have to take another break. But all lives do matter. But I believe that you've got to be able to say Black Lives Matter before all lives matter. So there's nothing, I'm not taking anything away from it because the church has completely went clown world on the fact that, Jesus said that he would leave the 99 to go save the one. So what if you were in the 99 going, all lives matter? And he's like, we get all that. Quit taking it out of context. Yes, we're 100% all lives matter. We're 100% blue lives matter. We're 100% Black Lives Matter. We're 100%. Yes, we agree 1,000,000%, but we're talking specifically about the organizations who are doing nothing to help the people that they're preying on.
Yep.
That they're taking advantage of. And if we're not smart enough to realize that they're taking advantage of us and that they're just trying to divide, because if they can divide, they can conquer.
Yep,
and that's all that they're trying to do. So it's a couple white boys from Blue Ridge on here talking about Black Lives Matter because we believe Black Lives Matter, but we don't believe that the organization is doing jack crap to be able to help anybody except to line their own pockets.
That's right. So we'll get back to you after this message.
Hey, what up, everybody? Coming to you for Legacy Life Co., one of our founding sponsors, along with Best Little Housekeepers and Anchor is the platform that we're using. But with Legacy Life Co., it's a financial services organization designed around the common person being able to do uncommon things to be able to get uncommon results. So to be able to reach out to them, just simply go to info, at legacylife.co. That is info at legacylife.co. For all your financial needs, whether it is becoming your own bank, banking on yourself, what do you do with this Roth IRA? What do you do with this 401k? You got a 403b. It doesn't matter what it is. But I think Uncle Sam sticks his hand in our pocket way too much. And if you're interested about putting more of that money in your pocket versus lining somebody else's with it, I would definitely reach out. So we don't have a lot of time. We want to jump right into our last bit of information that we got. I know that there has been some controversial stuff. The only thing that we ask, guys, is just listen to what we say with an open mind. We'd love to be able to create a dialogue with you guys. So our contact information will be up on our YouTube page. If you want to reach out, if you want to be able to go back and forth, maybe share some of your views, we would love for you guys to be able to interact with us. So, Trey, what's this last topic that we got today?
And going into what you said, don't on YouTube, click subscribe and also click the notification bell, because subscribe means nothing really for some reason. If you want to know, and when we release one, it'll let you know if you push the bell. And then the comments, write in the comments, questions, hey, right on, whatever you want to put down there, and we'll interact with you. But going back to, we finished off with, Black Lives Matter and the far left, the agendas they try to push to make it seem like, oh, it's a great phrase, and anybody talks against it, they're bad. They're meaning bad. But then you look behind it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz when you find out who the Oz is, right? And
when you get behind the curtain, hey, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, even though my son kind of tells me I am every now and again, but I'm not. But if you don't believe that there's a curtain, you must have your head stuck in the sand.
Yeah.
Wake up! For real, if you want to get woke,
get really
wake
woke.
up.
Yeah, really woke.
Realize that there is a curtain and there is a wizard behind that curtain who's paddling like a champ trying to keep all this stuff happening. So,
well, it's just like you can look at it. We always talk about, I think growing up saying, man, if an average day person would just be president or be in politics, that'll be the person, because they know what we go through. Because we've all said that. We've all said because the politicians, they lie. That's what they're supposed to do, just to get votes.
Hold up, politicians lie?
Exactly. And so,
hey, vote them out.
Vote them out. Exactly. But the thing is, it seems like this last one we didn't. We actually took somebody that was a real person. It was a real person that had nothing to do with politics. Maybe not the most polished politician person. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
I thought you were going to call me out on voting for Lindsey Graham.
Oh, no.
I know. I got.
Yeah, we clicked.
I got. I did it. I voted for
that.
that joker. Said I'd never do it again. That's how much I didn't like Jamie Harrison. I swore I'd never vote for Lindsey Graham ever again.
Next time I'm writing Hindu in. If
Dude, do it. I'm running on the right end. Oh my God, I'm running on the right end.
Well, kind of going along with that.
But I thought you were talking about that. I thought you were about to call me out.
I'm just saying,
we're in South Carolina, by the way.
Yeah. It's just that you got to look at these politicians and really never trust them. And say, okay, there's something they're trying to put in their own agenda. That's why there's not been a COVID relief bill, because there's stuff in that has nothing to do with COVID. Most of the money that's gone out has nothing to do with COVID. It's helping set gender changes over in other countries that we're paying for and stuff. And so out of our tax dollars, once again, like you said, if that's what you believe, abortion's in other countries. I don't believe in that. So why my tax dollars have to pay for that, right? And so that's where it comes to infringement. And this does the same too. The Equality Act, it sounds good on the outside, but when you look at
we believe in equality.
Yes.
Let's be real. We believe 100% in equality. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what race you are. I don't care your ethnic background.
Your religion.
I don't care.
Nothing.
We were all created equal. We believe in equality.
And it's just the progressives can get too far. I had someone say the other day to me, well, I was born this way. I said, well, what if a man says, hey, I was born to be in a love with 5-year-old children? Are we going to allow that?
Man, I hope that cat is not loving on my kids.
But you see what I'm saying? That's why you have to.
Hold up. That joker probably should be in love with one of my kids, because I'd kill him. I mean, boys have penis, girls have vagina. I'm going to be a boy about something, and I'm going to kill him.
Well, it's like looking at this act, okay? as a Christians, and not just Christians, and Muslims, and any religion out there too, it's attacking religious beliefs. And I'll go over that in just a second. But basically, man, I would look up. You can look these up. This is 7 consequences of the Equality Act, and it's just insane. Like, for example, it would penalize Americans who don't affirm new sexual norms or gender ideology. Meaning, saying, if I'm a pastor and I run a camp, like a summer camp or something, and I have to hire people to run the camp, right? I, as a pastor, as a Christian who doesn't believe that, if I'm a conservative, right, doesn't believe in that way, if a transgender applies for that job and I don't hire them, I could be going to jail. That interferes. How's that equal? Because that's my beliefs. It's not a hate towards that person. It's not that past. So, and let's say a parent, their child, which, hey, when I was a kid, I wanted to be Superman, but mom didn't take me and throw me off the building and say fly, right? She was like, yeah, son, you're going to be Superman. So,
hey,
but
Santa Claus is coming tonight too.
Part of this,
That Tooth Fairy,
exactly,
that
yes.
Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny.
But the thing is like, we learned, it's actually, there's been, there's gender dysphoria where kids have that confusion, and then that just happens, and most that go through that, it's like 90%. By the time they've gone through puberty and growth like that too, they're like, oh no, I am who I am. They don't feel right with their body for some reason, right? And so to say that now this Equality Act says that a parent could be in trouble legally if their child wants to take growth blocking hormones. I don't know if you've seen the person that Biden put in, it's a guy that's transgender, now he's over the health thing, and it's about saying that you can take pills. A 5-year-old taking pills, stopping them to go through becoming a man, and a female from becoming a woman. And then also you could be in trouble, and the doctor could be in trouble, whether it's against the beliefs, be forced to give an abortion, to be forced to say, hey, you're 12 and you want a sex change? Cool, I have to give it to you or I'm going to jail. The parent, you can go to jail too. So here's what we read into this act. I'm telling you.
Read into that. It's clown world. Now, we got about 50 seconds to talk about what do we do about it. I guess we might even talk about what we do about it on the next one too. But while we still have a little bit of time, here's what we do about it. We got to vote right-thinking people into office, and we got to get rid of these crazy wackos. We got to vote them out. It's just like, well, who do you know who will term limits?
Yes.
We don't vote for anybody that is not going to set in place term limits.
Yep.
If there's not enough people that wants to fulfill their civic duty to be able to give up 2 to 4 years of their life to be able to help their brothers and sisters, their friends and family, their neighbors, then we don't have a democracy. We don't have a republic. We don't have a constitution anymore. So we just might as well make a change then. Like, we do not need career politicians making this kind of clown decisions. Clown world. What do we do with it? We vote these people out of office. So that was today's.
And we have to hold. We have to hold the people in office accountable. The people we put in there, you need to make sure you can call them. You can, visit them. And I'm not saying storm a Capitol, right? I mean, obviously condone that. I'm saying do it the right, patriotic, correct way, and say, hey, I'm not I'm not a transgender phobe, whatever it's called. I mean, if that's what somebody else will be, but don't force me to believe the way you believe and make it a law
just because
as a teacher, you could be in trouble.
Just because your 7-year-old wants to wear a dress and wants to play Barbie dolls, but he's a boy, it doesn't make him a girl. He's 7.
Yes. He just...
Are you that crazy?
Experiencing the world,
He's just experiencing, figuring out what he likes, what he doesn't like, all that sort of stuff. If you feel like you're trying to be cutting edge, if you feel like you're trying to help them express themselves, if you're trying to do all of that kind of stuff, you're not their buddy. You're the parent. You're their parent.
Correct.
See,
Boom.
I know.
Goes back to what I said earlier. What I say.
Correction
The most
or proof.
successful is the man in the house and the mom in the house. The woman in the house. The man and the woman. That's the most successful children that go on to like right now. The most successful immigrants are from I'm forgetting what part of Africa. It's off of because they come in that belief of saying, and Asian Americans too, they're coming in and they believe in that firm family thing, and they honor education, they honor the family, and they're the most wealthiest people in our country. It's not white people. It's not. It's and so going back to what you just said right there too, it goes back to what we stated there too. You got to be the man in the house. You need a man to teach boys how to be boys. You need a woman to teach their daughters how to be daughters, how to be women. And you need a man, a good man, to teach his daughter to know what she needs to look for to be how to be treated, right? And and vice versa with the mom to show the son how a woman should treat a man. And so, man, I'm excited about this. We could go on forever about it,
We're just
And
gonna keep going on. So we'll see you next time.
Make sure, like I said, you subscribe to us. Get this out, share this.
Subscribe, like. We're doing
all
all that
right?
stuff now.
And share this, and also reach out to us. Like I said, put comments on the topics you want to see us go over, and comment with us about it too, and go back and forth with it too. So,
God bless.
peace out.